2026 has seen the United States and Israel launch a joint bombing campaign deeper into Iranian territory than ever before. These strikes have reached the very top, resulting in the assassination of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. Now his son, Mojtaba Khamenei, is attempting to hold the regime together, while facing public threats and ultimatums from the US president. The constraints that once kept this rivalry in the shadows have given way. We are seeing the kind of direct, state-on-state combat that the region spent 4 decades trying to avoid. To understand why this shift is so significant, we have to look at the system it replaced. For years, Israel and Iran operated under a doctrine of plausible deniability, a shadow war where neither side would admit to direct attacks. Iran's strategy was to surround Israel with proxy forces like Hezbollah and the Houthis. This axis of resistance provided a way to exert pressure while avoiding a direct declaration of war. Israel's counter-strategy relied on the covert. They used cyber attacks and targeted assassinations to slow Iran's nuclear progress, always keeping the damage below the threshold of a full-scale response. Both nations accepted these losses because they preferred low-level attrition to the alternative, a direct conventional war that could destroy them both. That carefully managed balance has now collapsed. The catalyst for this change was the October 7th attack. It effectively ended Israel's belief that hostile threats could be contained or managed behind a border. In its place, Israel adopted a preventive strike doctrine. The goal was no longer to react to threats, but to proactively dismantle them before they could be launched. This new logic led to the bombing of the Iranian consulate in Damascus in April 2024. By hitting a diplomatic facility, Israel crossed a major regional red line. Iran responded by abandoning strategic patience. For the first time, they launched hundreds of missiles and drones directly from Iranian soil toward Israel. This exchange removed the previous constraints on targeting. Both nations have now normalized the use of long-range strikes against each other's home territory. By choosing preemption over containment, both sides have entered an escalation cycle that lacks any clear stopping point. This timeline maps the intensity of military strikes. Notice the spike beginning in April 2024, rising sharply through the 12-day war of 2025. But the 2026 campaign is on a different scale entirely, dwarfing every previous confrontation. These strikes have crippled Iran's conventional reach. An estimated 60% of its ballistic missile launchers are gone, and its naval and nuclear infrastructure has been severely degraded. By successfully reaching the regime's top leadership, Israel demonstrated that it can now operate inside Iranian airspace with near-total freedom. These operations achieved their tactical aim. Iran's ability to fight a conventional war has been broken. But this tactical success creates a new danger. A regime that has lost its conventional army and its top leadership is a regime with very little left to lose. With its proxy network weakened, the new leadership in Tehran has a massive incentive to weaponize its uranium. Nuclear weapons may now be seen as the only remaining way to ensure the regime's survival. There is also the risk of asymmetric retaliation. Iran can still target US bases and the oil infrastructure of the Gulf, potentially turning a regional fight into a global economic crisis. Stripping an adversary of their conventional defenses doesn't bring stability. It forces them toward their most extreme, last-resort options. Iran's neighbors are watching this with growing alarm. While they may want a weaker Iran, they are terrified of a Middle East where Israel uses massive preemptive force as its primary tool. To protect themselves, Gulf states are hedging. They are building new security alliances with Turkey and Pakistan while simultaneously trying to keep diplomatic doors open to Tehran. Despite the rising heat, there are almost no diplomatic off-ramps left. There are no de-escalation hotlines, no nuclear agreements, and no clear way to talk. The shift from covert proxy wars to direct preventive strikes has removed the regional safety valves. In a system built on preemption and zero diplomacy, the next misstep risks a scale of conflict the Middle East has not yet seen.